So to start your taco pinata, you can use either side, the cardboard side or the white side. It doesn't matter because it's going to be covered. But what you're going to do is you are going to start by just laying your cardboard right at the bottom of your semicircle so that it's flush. So just like that. And you're going to add maybe 2, maybe 3 pieces of tape. Make sure it's really on there. Actually, you can add probably 4 or 5 pieces of tape. So just sporadically adding the tape, making sure that it holds together. And you're gonna stop when you get to the end, okay? So just about 5 pieces of tape should do it. Now, if you were to bend this, you can see how this is going to become 3-dimensional. So you're going to hold it up, and then little by little, you are going to begin taking your cardboard and taping it in the similar way all the way around your semicircle. And once you get the first couple done, it gets easier, especially when you're turning this little corner here. But you're just going to continue doing that, and you want to try to make sure that there are as few gaps as possible as you go ahead and tape. Okay, once you've made your way all the way around, you are going to stop. And you can see there's some extra cardboard here, so we're going to cut that off. Just trim off the extra. Okay, so now you're going to do the same thing from the outside, just to give it a little bit of extra security. But you're going to leave a little space right here because we're gonna wanna be able to fill our piñata with candy. So we're gonna leave this little corner open, and we're just gonna do that same tape trick on the outside. And you don't want to put too much pressure because then you'll push the cardboard down. Remember, piñatas are not too strong because you want them to break open to get the candy. So you want to keep the structure, but you don't want to push too hard because it is cardboard. And we're just going to keep working our way around. And you'll start to feel that it's getting stronger. And you can see how it's forming a taco. Okay, we're gonna leave that little space slightly open right here so that we can get some candy in there. So you can see now it's starting to make a really nice structure. So now we can put the top of our taco shell on. So we'll grab our other semicircle. And if you find that it falls through, you can always take a little piece of tape and just tape the side just to hold it on tight, so that nothing is moving. There we go. So now we can go ahead and tape this side. Okay, so now you have a nice taco shape going on here. And you can see where our little hole is here. If you are planning on filling your taco with candy, you'll simply snip a little bit on either side. So kind of get rid of that last little piece of tape, and you'll fold it to make a flap. Okay, so that'll be a nice little place where you can stick the candy when the time comes, but we are going to hide that so that it's not visible from the outside. Now, if you're making your piñata purely decorative, then you can skip that step and just keep the whole thing closed. That is entirely up to you. So now we're gonna move on to the glue stage, and you're gonna need your glue stick and your crepe paper. And what I like to do is to just take a whole bunch of crepe paper at a time, maybe 3 or 4 layers, and fold them together. And definitely does not need to be perfect. And then you're going to take your scissors and you're going to start making, just from the edge to the halfway point, fringes. So you don't want to go all the way up, and you'll see why in a minute. And if you're not comfortable doing so many layers at a time, you could do, not fold it as much, but that's entirely at your call on how easy it is for you to cut through. But I think it saves a lot of time if you could fold it and do multiple layers together. Okay, so now if you were to open your crepe paper gently, carefully, you will see that you have somewhat of a nice fringe here. And with this fringe, you're going to start at the bottom of your taco shell. So right here, you're going to take your glue stick and you're going to gently glue the whole bottom, maybe like 1.5 inches of your taco shell. And then you're going to lay your tissue paper right across. And once you hit from one edge to the next edge, you're gonna trim. And you're going to keep going. So now you can do your next layer by starting right on top of the first layer. And you're gonna go a little bit farther to the side so you can cover up the cardboard. And then we're gonna trim. And you're just gonna keep going like that. And then for the last layer, you want to make sure you're getting your glue stick directly onto the cardboard. Okay, so now you finish your first side. And what I like to do is I like to just give it a little bit of a trim so that it still has that same shape of the taco. Just kind of trimming in a semicircle shape. Okay, so I did my first side. Now you're going to flip it over and you're gonna do the exact same thing on the second side. So again, starting from the bottom, you're gonna use your glue stick. Okay, so now that you've got your two sides done and trimmed, now comes the easy part. So you're going to use your glue stick and glue the whole side, the whole round part of your taco. Oops. And then you're going to take your crepe paper and you're going to just cover the cardboard all the way around and trim. And then one more time. So you're gonna add your glue stick again and add a second strip of crepe paper. And then you're going to flip it over and do the top. Okay, the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna start adding our garnish to the top. So the stuffing for your taco is going to go here. So I like to start with my green, and you grab your green tissue paper and you just start ripping off a few pieces. You don't need anything too big, but you rip off a few pieces of green and just kind of shred them a little bit. Maybe you want like 7 or 8 just ripped pieces of green. And then you are going to glue them along the edges. So we want the lettuce to stick out from the edges. Take your brown tissue paper and you're gonna make lots of little pieces, maybe 20 little pieces of brown. And just shred it up, like so. And after you've made a bunch of little pieces, you're going to crumple them into little balls, just like you're crumpling up a piece of paper. So just try to make a whole bunch of these little crumples. So you're going to add a little bit of glue. Let me just glue on a couple more pieces of lettuce here. So you're going to go on top of the green. So right on top of the green. Let me go up a little higher so you can see. So right on top of the green, you're then going to start sticking little pieces of meat as your taco filling. And you are going to just sporadically add some little pieces of bunched up red. So you can just kind of make some more little ripped up pieces of red. And you don't need too many of these because this is just sort of an accent. So you're gonna find little spaces and just stick the red in there.